Hey, I'm Kev Hillman, welcome back to MXGP3 and the second round of the season as we're heading to Thailand. So we are doing our qualifying effort on the MXGP bike. As for Kev Hillman, we did hammer the opposition in Qatar around the South Circuit last time out. Looking to repeat that here. And a trickier circuit. As you can see, it's quite soft in the corners, but then you've got these hard patches where the bike won't grip. And so you'd be just going over the surface. And it's a bit faster. Well, there's loads of hairpins like these to make some bars and moves, if you're brave enough. As all goes a bit wide there. But it does say it's an intermediate surface, which is in the middle of soft and hard, which means the bike should grip through these corners as well. But this dry stuff, got to watch out for it, especially into that corner. Want to be making a move on the inside, well, you probably won't have much success. You've also got these wet patches you get everywhere too. I mean, the bike has even less grip in some places. There towards the final corner. And this, I've just been following this ride as well for this lap, so is that good? 30.2. Yeah, that lap time is pretty good. 2.3 seconds faster than Nagel with Caroli, then Garcia in 4th, then Ferb in 5th, and then we got Koldenhoff, then Gallin, then Deseri, then Van Horbeck, and then the Russian ran out the top 10. There's Tommy Settle in 14th, Ben Town in 15th, and right at the back is Alex Snow. So fantastic qualifying once again for Hillman. Let's see if we can back it up in the race, as there he is, starting in the pole position as it is. So the TV time, as we're alongside Nagel. So let's rev up the engine, get up to first gear. And look at that timing, perfect. Oh, the best acceleration this gearing has in its like, as it's going down the inside, going 4 wide. We're surviving in 4th for this 5 lap race. As a couple of riders went wide there in that first corner. Just about getting into the rhythm. So here goes Hillman for the lead against the German. Got a Frenchman right behind us who fell a couple of times in Qatar. Didn't have the best race. There's Hillman going wide. Trying to go down the inside, but he makes it stick. And so he leads on the first lap. Definitely going to have to up the difficulty for Hillman, I think, after this round. I expected it to be hard around Thailand, but it's even easier in Qatar, it looks like. That's a good scrub there. That's one scrub I haven't forgotten though. Another scrub in this game. That's going to be important in Supercross as well. They've got some big jumps from what I've seen. So we want to scrub in loads over those laps. There we go, the big jump on the course. You can tell it's got the monster sign over it. It's the same for the start-finish jump, which is about to come up. Oh, Hillman very wide. And getting the position to scrub there to go into the second lap. They were very easy for him in Thailand. It's been a very tricky course, as I said, with all these patches. So we'll be going down the inside line. These dried out stuff. Just going to make sure into that corner that we can less speed into the jump. And still landing right on the apex there. Didn't squad too much speed going into it. Just got to think about that into that corner. Do like this double right. As Hillman doesn't. Goes wide into the sign. Caught out by the ruts. But he does hold on to second, it looks like. Just about. No, he's definitely got speed around here, so he's not too wide. As he's also got lots of time as well. 4 laps to go. Taking out wide line into that corner. Seems to work well. Got a good run onto that straight, then into the next hairpin. So they've got loads of jumps which just lead into corners. Go through the long right-hander. Good momentum kept through that corner. Very difficult to do that, especially if you're battling someone. You go into the last part of the lap. Massive jump. And into the final corner. Always tempted to take the inside line, but then just doesn't get a good run. As you saw there. Into the jump as you go into the third lap. Sorry, just chasing down the German there. Nagel having a very good race. Had a good first race as well in Qatar. Fell in the second note. And as I said, one of my memories of him, and I know his name and how to kind of pronounce it, is that he's a veteran in his category. He's around 30 now. As he goes to hammer down the inside, taking back the lead halfway through this race. Is that he was one of Kimi Raikkonen's riders when he had a motocross team, when he was in rallying as well, had his own rally team for a season before he came back to F1. Got Citroën no longer supporting him. So that 2011 season for Raikkonen in WRC was actually out of his pocket. It's a bit like Robert Kubica as well. He was faced with that choice after couple of seasons in the WRC, whether he would continue rallying. He would have to fund it. And like Raikkonen, he's decided not to. So that's why he's chasing that F1 drive with Williams, why he's doing the 24 series, the 24-hour series as well. Done the races at Mugello a couple of times. To go on to the penultimate lap. And that's the tough thing about rallying, unfortunately. If you're not in a factory effort, you're not going to get much support. He's going to come out of your own pocket, like we've seen with quite a few privateers like Matt Osberg. He's got his own team. He was meant to go with Martin Prokop, I believe, being their team. And again, Prokop also long-time privateer in WRC. And Osberg actually looking at going back to WRC 2. As well, like he was meant to do for the German round last season, but that didn't work out. Doesn't look like it's working out for him to do a full season again. He's definitely going to miss the Monte Carlo rally. Might start his season at Rally Sweden next month. But yeah, it's tough to be a privateer in, well, any form of motorsport really, but especially in the WRC, where, especially with the new cars now, they have opened up to privateer entries. They no longer have to be part of the manufacturer team in quotation marks, like Oswald had to be last season. But yeah, it's all the funding's coming out of your pocket. You need to find the sponsors, and that's a big issue in all of motorsports at the moment, or in sports in general, really. But yeah, I hope we do see some privateers turn up in the WRC. Hope we see Bertelli back. As well, the Italian. He's been around a couple of seasons. Not the best driver, but can get the odd result. And the WRC's loss might be the WRC2 gain, as I said. You've seen that with quite a few privateers. You now just race in the WRC2 instead of the WRC level. Because it's much cheaper with the R5 cars. They're pretty damn good cars as well. I know it's Skoda who's been dominating in recent years. They dominated with Pontus Tiedemann last season. And it looks like the Swede, showing how expensive WRC level is, that he can't find a ride for next season. So he might be stuck in WRC2 testing the Volkswagen Golf R5 car, which is coming later this year. Very much looking forward to how that can go. We can challenge the Skoda and those sister mark. They're dominant Fabia. Not just in the WRC2 at world level, but in loads of regional categories all over the world. There's Hillman's down on the final lap. Reading in the penultimate corner. Oh no, he's gone wide again. Hillman. What have you done? Won't even get on the podium. He just finished in 5th. Hillman chucked it away in the penultimate corner. So Nagel wins the Frenchman, then his teammate in 3rd, and we've got Van Horbeck just beating Hillman to the line by 16 thousandths of a second. Then you've got Corodi in 7th, then Coldenhoff in 7th. Then you've got a couple of Frenchmen ran out the top 10. Hassel down in 16th on that Kawasaki. And Snow and the Swede yet to score points once again. So there is Hillman down in 6th with 16 points instead of 25. Let's see if he can make up for it in the second race. Yes, there he is on the grid. He's already rolling back again in the second race. Hope that's fixed for Supercross. It's very annoying as there's the Frenchman Ansel getting the old TV time. So I'll get up to first, get up to the gate, release the clutch, or kill the engine instead. That's just as good. So you've got to come from the back, does Hillman. He's trying to take the ride on, but so is everyone else. And oh, Snow is down. Trying to score points on this occasion. Trying to be aggressive. Take some positions. But you can't be too aggressive on these bikes. As the Hammer gets back into the top 10. Oh, it could be going for the top 5 here. Back up to 6th already. And this opening lap. Going around the outside of Nagel. He was racing with, of course, in the first race, who inherited that victory as well. As all he goes down the inside on the 9. Gets up into 4th. Good aggressive move from the Hammer. As all goes a bit wide. But now he's behind his teammate, I believe, the Slovenian, 2016 MXGP champ. One of the few guys to beat Jeffrey Hurley in an MX2 championship as well. Got very different clothing. I might have to change that for the Hammer in the next race. It's a bit dull, grey and black. But he does take his teammate for 3rd. Gets past the Frenchman for 2nd, does he? Elbow to elbow, the Yamaha and the Honda. The Honda wins out. So just one rider to go for the Hammer. Let's see if he can keep his concentration for the whole of the race. And there we go, going down the inside of a corner. With that dry stuff, with that hard surface. You can see the bike not gripping at all. That's why you don't do that. You can see going a bit wide into that left-hander as well. Trying to get on the power, but bike just sliding on the front. Not gripping into the ruts. You can see there are quite a few ruts around this circuit already, but not working out as the guy in 17th has gone down. And sometimes you just have to take your own line instead of following the ruts. If you want to carry the speed through the corner, you are just going to be going over the top of the ruts. It's a bit like, you know, a pebble going over the surface of a lake or some water. But as long as you just find that grip in the end through the corner, it does work out. You go through the long right-hander. 4th gear. Probably could go down to 3rd to get the traction out of the corner. Get the acceleration. So you go, that's better from the Hammer over that penultimate jump. Still the final lap of the last race. He's gone to the 3rd lap. Broke the 1:30 barrier. Tried to do a scrub but failed miserably. You go through the whole shot here. Not really gaining on 1st, to be honest. So that's better into that jump. Again, carrying perhaps too much speed. Landing too late into the corner, but got into it. But here we go. Now he's gaining. Got to get into a ribbon over those mounds. That's what it's all about. Don't be carrying too much speed. You carry too much speed into the first part, but then you're a bit late into the second. It's not very good. You just got to be consistent over those mounds. Again, that's another important skill for Supercross. The man-made tracks. There are quite a few sections like this. So it's a bit tighter because of course we're in a stadium as all the Hammer next to the outside. They're going to be making a move though. Still got half of the race to go to make it. They go towards the end of this third lap. Now into the long right-hander. Going to keep in that groove. Not as well as the leader though. As losing the rear into the left-hander, just slightly out that rut. Loses out. Probably should have scrubbed before that jump. Here's the air time, cost time. As now he just barges his way into the lead, does the Hammer. Can't get physical motocross. The Hammer definitely likes to get his elbows out. As there he goes, he chops off second place, takes back the lead on this penultimate lap. We're looking to ride away as well the rest of the race. There we go, that's better into the corner. Then up that power slightly early. Well, in the jump, while doing the scrub as well, which helps cut down the air time, cuts the speed as well. There we go, he's into with him around this circuit. Now, I remember the Thai circuit being very different in MXGP2. I was a bit surprised when I got in. It was different. I'm not sure if they changed circuits between 2015-16. But I do prefer this circuit though. The other Thai circuit was very tight and twisty. It's a much more like Qatar. They're in the opening round. Or even in tighter sections. Especially near the end of the lap. This is more open. You got good mix of corners here. Those tight corners where you can make moves. But you also got these straights as well. Good jumps. Good set of mounds. It's a good challenge. Good variety. And it's just faster as well. I do just like the faster circuits. Let's go into the final corner. Go on to the final lap. Fastest lap. What a Hammer. 29.2. As I was a bit ragged into the first corner. And the thing I really got to learn about this game again is about the engine braking. Using that a bit more than just the brakes. As I said, you've got these ruts that you can just use to help steer the bike through the corners. So you don't need to use the brakes as much as circuit racing. We're getting there. The Hammer is getting there. For his third win out of 4. Should be 4 out of 4. But he's coming up to the section where he messed up. He's halfway through this final lap. Takes the very wide line. To the right hander, just about gets back onto the surface. Or the circuit, should I say. As we go into this long right hander. Take even the rider line. Will that work? Not really. Actually, has a pretty good exit. Probably should have used that line all the time. Here we go, towards the penultimate corner. Will McDonald, not McDonald, Hillman. Getting the series confused. Getting the two-wheeled riders confused. Will the Hammer get it right? He will. He crosses the line. Very slow in that final lap. It's another victory. 3 from 4. And he's disappeared. He's in the sky. He's in space. We don't know what's happened to him. As he wins by over 2 seconds ahead of the Italian. And we've got Nagel in third. Very good weekend for the German. Probably got the overall victory. As we've got the Frenchman in 4th, then Colin in 5th. Teammate down in 6th for the Hammer. Not very good from Tim with Dessau. And we've got quite a few Belgians. Got Dedeker in 9th as well. With the Russian ran out the top 10. Tommy Scott down in 15th. Thought he's better than Alex Snow and the Swede. Still not scoring points though. As it looks like it was the German who did get the overall by 4 points ahead of the Hammer. Who's just a single point ahead of the Frenchman. But very good weekend on the Husqvarna. So in the championship he's up to 4th. 20 points behind the Hammer, who's 18 points ahead of the Frenchman. As you can see, very close for the rest of the top 5 behind the Hammer. And then there's a 10-point gap to the Dutchman, Colden Hoff. You've got Van Horbeck. And you've got the Russian. And you've got the Belgian. And then we've got the Frenchman round out the top 10 pull in. And there's Snow and the Swede still on nil par. Now, it's good rewards, reputation, credits-wise, and skill-wise, getting towards 76 for braking, formage, and control. So before we leave, we've got to change one thing, make it realistic, as we'll be heading to the Netherlands for the first time on the Valkenswaard circuit. Remember, it's been very quick. It's a sandy surface as well, so you can really dig in to the surface with the bike. That means it is very quick as well through the corners. Length, medium length circuit as well. Very wide in places too, so you should be seeing lots of passing, hopefully, with the harder difficulty as well for the Hammer. Will he continue winning though? He's got to get 44 points and beat the Frenchman as well. Let's see if he does it next time. So for watching, I'll see you then.